Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, welcome once again to another session of our lesson. This part is treating the grammar lesson. So, as we know that our lesson is divided into two parts, the grammar lesson and we have the conversational lesson, which is more of the practical of what we've been learning in the grammar lesson. Combining the two together will give us a head and a quick move to understand and to being able to apply the things we've been learning and to being able to speak Arabic fluently in the next few months, bi'idhnillah. So we are moving on today to module 5 of our lesson, which is about al-ma'rifa. We've been looking at the ma'rifa, definite nouns. We said the definite nouns are 7 of them. We have looked at al-alam. I think we talked about al-alam, which is a proper noun. So we look at uh, al-muhalla bil-alif lam, the noun that is attached to alif lam is al-ma'rifa. Another one is ism al-ishara, which is the one we are treating today. The demonstrative pronouns. The demonstrative pronouns, part of that. Ism al-mawsul is also part of that, which is the relative pronouns. And then, of course, we have al-idafa, al-mudafi al-ma'rifa, and we have al-munada, al-nida. So making 7 of them. So let's move on to uh, the third one, I think, yeah, which is the الأسماء الإشارة. أسماء الإشارة demonstrative pronouns. So when we say demonstrative pronoun, we all know this. هذا هذه هذا هذه. We have talked about it when we were talking about the demonstrative pronouns that we used to refer to near object and the one that we used to refer to the far away object. So we have the other and ذلك. So and these are the mufrad, the singular forms. هذا هذه. All right, so هذا singular, that's masculine, and هذه singular, that's feminine. Okay, so now what more of what we were doing today on this session, and this session is in how we form the muthanna and the jama. So in this lesson, we will learn other types and usages of these particular asma'ul ishara, which is the muthanna and uh, the muthanna and the jama. Okay, so we look at this muthanna, we look at the jama of this lesson. All right, so al-asma'ul ishara, we know that we can use one for to refer to near objects and the other to refer to far away objects. Okay, so if that is understood, then we'll move on. Now, so referring to near objects, so we say هذا هذه. This is understood. For example, هذا فندق, we have it here. This is an hotel. هذه قلنسوة. And this is a cab. This is a cab. So now that's what we have there. Now let's look at the dual form. So, like we know, since we know, and as we know that Arabic is number oriented. So we talked about when it is, these categories of noun in terms of gender, in terms of number, and of course in terms of definiteness and indefiniteness. So we already know by now that Arabic is number and gender oriented. So we have the dual form of this. Now, هذاني, this is the dual form. هذا as a singular form, and so هذاني, the dual form. We know that when you are forming mufrad, I mean, when you are forming muthanna, the dual from your mufrad, you had alif and nun. So in this case, we had alif and nun. All right, so obviously we had a nun here since we had an alif here already. But the alif here, the alif, this alif that you see here, is not, when it is singular, for singular, هذا, this alif here is not alif al-ithnan. It's not Alif of two people. So still part of the word. Now, when you are forming the dual, the alif now has changed to alif al-ithnan, alif al-ithnain, alif of two people, which is now, which now has a grammatical effect, which now has a grammatical effect on that noun. So this alif now in the dual, it has a grammatical function. It is the alif al-ithnain, the alif of two people. That is the alif denoting that we have two people there. The noon we mentioned that is a replacement for tanween. Okay, so hadani. So that's what we have there. It has to be there because it's now dual. So it is a replacement of for tanween in which, but it does not mean it will not be there. It will be there. Now for feminine, now we say hatani. From hadhihi, we go from hadhihi. All right, we go from hadhihi to atani. So now let's break it down a little bit. We mentioned that the hadhihi, the val and the ha will be replaced by ta because initially this the, the ha there is the one denoting that is a feminine. So you replace the val and the ha with a ta, and then you add alif and noon to it. So it becomes hatan. Becomes what? Hatan. So let's think of that. He changes to hatan, while hadha changes to hadan. I hope you understand that. Now let's take some examples. So we have hadani masrifan. Hadani masrifan. Meaning that these are two banks. Are we following this? These are two banks. And for feminine, we have hatani darajatan. Darajatun. You had alif and noon to make it two. Darajatani. And then you already have hatani. Hatani darajatani. Hatani darajatani. These are two bicycles. So for Masrif, it's a bank. We can say Masraf. In some cases, the dictionary we have it twice. So you can these two formats. You can have Masraf or Masrif. But I think Masrif is mostly used to mean bank. So do we understand the draw? That's what we have for draw. Adani, Hatani. That's all. And when it comes to Irab, Hada and Hadihi, they are mabni. They don't change. But Hatani and Hadani, they change according to the Irab. Okay, so they change as the position of the Irab changes. So we'll talk about that when we get to the position. Okay, now that's for the dual form of Hada and Hadihi. Now let's look at the plural form. The plural form is هؤلاء. هؤلاء. Okay, is it هؤلاء? So it is the same. It's used for both masculine and feminine, male and female. هؤلاء. So it's not. This one is it's not gender specific. It's just used for the same. Same thing is used for both masculine and feminine. Now let's look at some examples. هؤلاء مسلمون. هؤلاء مسلمون. These are Muslims. These are Muslims. And for feminine, we have هؤلاء مسلمات. هؤلاء that we have here, Muslimun, and we have هؤلاء مسلمات. These are Muslims, and these are, Muslimats, feminine Muslims. So the same هؤلاء is used, for the two. Let's take an example. Now let's have something like a quiz. before we move on to the one that we use to refer to primary object. Yes, now here we need us to engage. So who's going to say this is a hat? Kubba'a, we know that kubba'a is hat. So how do we say this is a hat? Yes, please, let's contribute. Let's do something.
هذه قبعة.
هذه قبعة. بالباء هذا شدة. هذه قبعة. So another person, this is a cupboard.
Afwan, is it Kuba or Kuba? Is it Kubatun? I
قبة.
think it has a term.
Yeah, قبعة. قبة. The ba has, you know, the ba, this is the ba we're talking about. The ba has a shadda. قبعة. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. قبعة. The ba has a shadda, so we say قبعة. Or we simply say قبعة. You know, the way we just eat off the ta and we change it to a sana. قبعة. Okay, yes. هذه قبعة. Okay, now this is a cupboard. Can you help us with that? This is a cupboard. Yeah. Mr. Jamila, yeah? This is a cupboard.
Um, هذه حزانة.
هذه خزانة. Yeah, mashallah. And you can have the other one, dulab. It's going to be هذا dulab if that's what we want to use. هذه خزانة. Okay, so that's that for. Now let's move on to the dual form now. Okay, so system of here. Yeah, I needed to say something right here. What are these? This is a question. What are these? What are these?
ما أداني.
Oh, mashallah. Ma hadani. Barakallah feek. So that's okay, but we did not specify whether masculine and feminine, so two answers are expected here. Ma hadani, that's for masculine, and for feminine, what's gonna be?
ما أتاني.
Barakallah feek. Ma hatani. Ma hatani. Barakallah feek. That's beautiful. Yes. Number two, these are trains. Two trains. Now that's our response now. These are two trains. So someone else should answer that. These are trains. Yes, yes, please. These are trains. Yes, yes. Who's gonna answer that? These are trains. Brother Sola. Yes. Oh, brother Rufai. Yes, your answer is expected. Two sisters have contributed, so we need answers from you too. Brother Rufai or Brother Sola. These are trains. Okay, anyone from our sisters? I guess our brothers are not available. Anyone from our sisters?
Okay, brother Rufai just answered.
You
Azani
answered?
Kitoran. Yes,
Okay,
he answered
did
now.
you, I didn't hear. Please, can you repeat if you have answered? I don't know why I cannot hear that. Yeah, brother Rafa, can you repeat that?
Now, I said, Hazani Kotoroni.
Okay, Ki, actually, Kitaran is with Kesra. The cause
Okay,
is
okay.
with Kesra, yeah. So this is why we need everybody to say something because it's from talking that we clarify, easy issues like this. Yeah, هذان قطران بالكسرة. Barakallahu fiqh. هذان قطران. Now another person, have these bicycles, as with bicycles. Have these bicycles?
داني
Yeah, Sister Mutia, you want to try it?
الثاني درجتان.
Barakallahu fiqh. That's impressive. أهاتان. All right. أهاتان درا. The ra has a shadda. Okay, so we have that. أهاتان درجتان. Thank you for the contribution. I'm actually impressed with when you contribute, it shows, it lets us know that you are progressing, and it also lets us know where you need improvement. And alhamdulillah that you are able to. So أهاتان, it's quite impressive, mashallah. أهاتان دراجتان. Okay. دراجتان. دراجة. No. دراجتان in this way. Okay. So barakallahu fik. أهاتان دراجتان. Okay, good. Are these bicycle? Now the response is no. These are cars. Two cars. These are cars. So who's gonna help us with that? Brother Saula, I think you've not said something. Yeah, anyone else available? I think Brother Saula is not available yet. No, these are cars.
لا آتاني سيارتان.
بارك الله فيك. لا هاتان سيارتان. لا هاتان سيارتان. بارك الله فيك. Impressive. All right. Yes. Are these banks? Are these banks?
هذان مصرفان.
هذان مصرفان. مصرف.
Okay.
Can you please repeat that? مصرفان. It is me.
مصرفان.
بارك الله فيك. Yes. هذان مصرفان. All right. بارك الله فيك. هذان مصرفان. Are these banks? Two banks? Okay. No, these are hostels. No, these are hostels. I give an assignment asking us to find another word for the word hostel. I give us one word and I say what is another alternative word that is used for hostel. I believe we did it. Okay, so if we do, let's give the two options here. No, these are hostels. So first of all, let's have the option that I gave in class, and then if anyone has another option for how to say hotel, then hostels rather, then we can have it. Okay, no, these are hostels, two hostels. How do we say them?
You give second as
What,
hostel.
what do you say?
Second,
Second,
second. You gave second as the hostel, and I think you said we should find another name, which I think I saw one to be is it Nazala or something like that. I don't know if that's correct.
okay, like Nazal. Mm.
Yes, that's
Okay,
another name for hostel.
the hostel, Nazal. Okay, Nuzul, maybe Nuzul or Nazal.
Okay, it was not vowels.
It's not forward, okay? So you probably have Nuzul.
Okay, so it's correct.
Uh, the word Nuzul is correct, but it's not necessarily used commonly for hostels, right? Nuzulan min
Okay.
Ghafurur Rahim. Nuzul actually is something prepared for, might be a place or something that is prepared for a guest. So, a nuzul is
Okay.
one of the things that Allah promised the people of Jannah when they get into Jannah. So, it's nuzul, it's something prepared for a guest, especially for a guest or something like that. So, it might be a place, might be something, food, anything that you can prepare for. Um, okay, you can prepare for a guest. Okay, so it's not necessarily used to mean hostel. Okay, so we don't necessarily have to accept it to mean hostel. It's not. So it has the meaning that I gave. From your check, what was the meaning that what other meaning did they give it?
I can't remember. I only searched for another name for hostel. I said
Hostel.
hostel and it brought out second, noodle, and several other ones. So I was thinking
Okay.
that one's
All right.
correct. So this
Okay.
one is la la azani sakanani.
Yes, لا هذان سكنان. لا هذان سكنان. Okay, so barakallahu fiik. Basically, another word I'm gonna tell us here, another word for hostel here. Thank you for trying it. So please let's every one of us also. I mean, if we had two or three options now, we would have probably seen someone who knows it or who actually find another word. Okay, so however, the word hostel that is mostly used again is mahja. Have you heard about that too? Mahja'u, 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 mahja'un. Have you heard this word before? Mahja'u, mahja'un, mahaji'u. The plural, mahaji'u, mahaji'u. All right. So let's think of that. Mahjahu ma'aji. The word haja'a means to sleep, to take a nap, or to sleep. And so mahja, a place where you sleep. So, and that's why the word mahja is used to mean hostel. Okay, just like the word second. So, do we understand that? Please let's take note of that.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, the word nuzul, like I said, it's it may have sometimes it is acceptable to use it as to have the same meaning as manzil. You know that we have manzil. We have the word
Ye-
manzil. Yeah, we have the word manzil to mean house. Okay, where you stay. So, in order not to restrict, sometimes we may not necessarily have to restrict the use of Arabic language. So, you know, and therefore we would not say what they say regarding Nuzul to be hostile. We cannot say it is not totally acceptable. Yeah. So, so if you found it used in somewhere, in some other places, yes, it is accept. We can say it is also acceptable, right? So, except that it's always very good to, the dictionary that we have today, they have, uh, they have, modernized them, and so they put them under different options of words, so that at least we can have words to use. And because as language evolved, so back in the days when the times of Hadab al Arabi, during the times of when people have the knowledge of shi'r, poems, and other than that. So some of these things are not, some of these new words, new things that we have as a result of civilization and evolution has not been coming. So they have to change the way words are used also to meet up some things. So definitely nuzul, if it is used to mean manzil, it's correct. And if manzil is used to mean hostel, yes, we can say, okay, let's use that. Because actually, a place, hostel is a place where people live anyways, but it's not just a temporary house. It's not just a permanent house. It's a temporary place. You are there for a while because you're a student, or you are there for a while because you are, doing some program or other than that. So that's why we don't want to really say it is manzil or something like that, or it is nuzul. But according to some, dictionary usage and some other modern words, if you found it like that, yes, like we can also say it is acceptable. So what am I saying is that if you found someone who use it like that, yes, it is acceptable. But the word nuzul itself, according to what the Tafsir of Quran brings, in the ayahs where Allah used nuzul, it's a place or something prepared as a gift for the guest. So the people of Jannah, they are the first time when they enter the Jannah, they are guests. So Allah has prepared a place or something for them where they will be received as a guest. Okay, and that place is called nuzul. So that is other variants of the word nuzul. So yes, barakallahu fiqh. So nuzul, manzil, second, all of that, we can also accept them as something that is um acceptable to mean foster, inshallah. Now let's move on. So we can say هذان السكنان. We can say هذان مرجعان. مهجع, hostel. مهجعان, two hostels. So if we want to say manzil, we can say manzilani. If we want to say nuzul, we say nuzulani. هذان نزلان. Is that okay? Hmm. All right, so that's what we have that in that case. Can we move on? These houses, these houses,
هذان بيتان.
mashallah. Yeah, thank you, Sister Mufia, for that. أهذان بيتان. أهذان بيتان. Are these shoes? Are these shoes? Yeah, are these shoes?
هاتان حذاءان.
Okay, so we say ahatani an. So why do we choose to say ahatani instead of ahadani?
Because it's a feminine noun.
So what gives us the impression that it's feminine? إذا, right? This is what we are talking about. on, right? So what gives us the impression that on is feminine?
Because it has alif mamduda.
Okay, yeah, because it has alif mamduda. Okay, that's a good point to look at. That's a good point to look at. Barakallahu fiik. Um, yes, we can look at that in that case. And some other case, we can also, because it might fall under some words that are both masculine and feminine. In some cases, you find the word hida used as a masculine, and in some other cases, you find it used as a feminine. Okay, so we can use it as we deem fit. So looking at these hamza alif mamduda, so hadani ida an. Okay, so but we have to be sure about how it is frequently used, how it is mostly used. Okay, so we can find out about it, how it is mostly used. So mostly, once we say some words can be used as masculine and feminine, it is commonly used as one of them, either as masculine or as feminine. So I've come across places where hither has been used as masculine in most cases. So if we also use it as masculine, it's not bad. So we can say hatani hither ani, or we say hadani either ani. Okay, using it as a masculine. Yes, because I've seen some other words with the hands in Hamzatul Mamduda like this that are used as masculine. Okay, so and it might be specifically, it might be that, and sometimes there might also be some errors, because we just have to look at how people mostly use it. So, and considering the sign that we have here, Hamzatul Mamduda, yes, we can agree that it is a feminine word. So, and then let's not forget that there are some words that look feminine, but they're actually masculine. So it might be one of the case here too. The word like Hamza, Talha, names of people like that, they look feminine, but they are actually masculine. So it might be the case as well. And that's why some other people might be using it as masculine. It might be masculine, but it looks feminine because of the sign it carries. Okay, so whatever, let's learn by observation. We observe how words are used by the natives. And that is how we also use it as well, inshallah. Okay, now barakallahu fikum. No visa belts. So how do we say that? No visa belts. So how do you respond to that? No visa belts. Yes, that's number 10.
لا آذان حزامان.
نعم لا آذان في زمان. مم. لا آذان في زمان. بارك الله فيك. All right. Now let's also look at module 6. Let's look at module 6. So meaning that we are covering 5 and 6 today. So meaning for this month we have 2 more modules left. So which inshallah, because today is Saturday, so we have started another week today. This is our 4th week of our lesson. So meaning that in this 4th week we are meant to cover 8 modules. 8 modules. So this is the 6th module, and inshallah, by our next lesson, which is Thursday, we'll probably do 2 more modules, and then that will mean that we have completed the 8 modules that we are meant to do for this month, and then we'll do our test in the learn. All right. So module 6, let's look at what we have here. So we want to talk about the ismul ishara that we used to refer to the faraway object, and that is ذلك. So for singular, you say ذلك, and for masculine, you say ذلك, and for feminine, you say tilk. So let's take some examples here. We say ذلك بيت, this is a house. So تلك مدرسة, this is a school. So for faraway, oh sorry, that. I'm not saying it's not this. So say that. ذلك بيت, that is a house. تلك مدرسة, that is a school. Now, for the draw, let's look at the draw now. So how do we form the draw of ذلك? We say ذلك. Has anyone come across this word before? The word ذَلِكَ and ذَلِكَ.
نعم.
Okay. Okay. Have you found it? Is it in Hadith or in Quran or in any other text?
No, 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 actually.
Okay. So ذَلِكَ, and that's for man, where two people or two things. And the feminine is ذَلِكَ. The alif and nun is put in the middle in this case. ذَلِكَ. Okay. So we just have it. ذَلِكَ becomes ذَلِكَ. The alif and nun that we said, alif is main and the nun, is inserted in between the ذال and the kaf. That's the only difference. And for the feminine, tilka, we remove the lam and we replace it with alif and nun. Tilka. All right, so that will have that. All right, now let's look some examples. ذَلِكَ بَيْتَانِ. ذَلِكَ بَيْتَانِ. These are two houses. ذَلِكَ قَلَمَانِ. These are two pens. ذَلِكَ مَحَطَّتَانِ. You know, محطة means station, right? ذَلِكَ محطتان. And the and ذَلِكَ إِذَاعَتَانِ. إذاعة, radio channel or radio station. Okay, إذاعة, radio station or radio channel. Okay, so those those are two broadcasting stations. So إذاعة, want to refer to radio station, this and that. Say إذاعة to this and that. Okay, إذاعة to whatever إذاعة you want to refer to. If you any kind of radio station you want to refer to, say إذاعة. Okay, so محطة, station, normal station. If you want to refer to, you know, uh, police station and train station and all of that. And the same محطة can also be used for radio. محطة radio. Okay, محطة radio, meaning you want to say إذاعة, but it's instead of that we say إذاعة. For إذاعة, okay, even though we use it for broadcasting station, okay, so we can also use it for a radio channel, channel one, channel two, and all of that. So whatever, anything that has to do with radio station and broadcasting and all of that, we use the word ida. Now, having understood this, let's take note of the danica and the tanica, the way we use them. So let's look at the plural now. So for plural, we have ulaik. And this word is common in the Quran. Ulaika hum al-muflihun. Ulaika and ulaika, ulaika. So it's just as ahula. Just like ahula, we use it for both male and female. Both male and female. So let's take an example. Now we mentioned something like it can also be used for irrational things or objects. All the words ha'ulahi, lahik, and all of that, they are mostly and commonly used for rational means. أولئك المؤمنون, those are the believers. أهؤلاء الصادقون, these are the truthful ones, and so on and so forth. That's things that are not living. Non-living things, animals, they are called irrational. They are called irrational things. غير عاقل, things that are not irrational, they are irrational, they are objects. So we can as well refer, you can use ulaika and ahulahi to refer to them. Okay? So we can use that. Now let's take some examples. Mainly, Ulaika ahulahi, they are used for rational things. Let's take note of that. Mainly. So we say ulaika muslimun. Those are Muslims. Ulaika muslimat. Those are Muslimat. Ulaika rijal. Those are men. Ulaika nisa. Those are women. Okay? So now let's take note of that. So it's very important. I will give us instances where we can use, ulaika for, you know, uh, irrational beings. Now let's look at this. Referring to non-living or irrational objects. Referring to non-living or what? Irrational objects. So we said we can use ula and ulaika as well. It's permissible, but commonly we use these two pronouns for irrational beings. So let's take for example, ulaika sayyarat. So we can say that those are cars. Ulaika buyut, those are houses. Ahulahi ashjar, those are trees. Ahulahi fanadiq, those are hotels. Ulaika darwajat, those are bicycles. Okay, but in the actual sense, what do we use for irrational beings? We said using ulaika and that they are permissible. But what is the major thing? What's the main thing we use for irrational things? Let's take note of this principle. Now we say sound feminine plurals or broken plurals of nouns that are irrational. Please let's take note of that. Sound feminine plurals or broken plurals of irrational things, that is, things that are non-living or objects. They are usually regarded as singular feminine. Do you understand that? So, كل جمع تكسير لغير آكل مؤنث. The broken plurals or even the feminine sound feminine plurals of irrational beings, non-living things, animals, and other things like that. They are regarded as feminine singular. They are regarded as what? Feminine singular. This is underlined. So truly they are plurals, but they are irrational. So the fact that they are irrational, the fact that they are non-living things, you treat them as a singular feminine. You treat them as a what? As a singular feminine. This is that taken. Now let's look at some examples. So in that case, you use هذه. Use هذه and tilka to refer to when or any other feminine singular. So if you want to use them in a jumla ismiya, if they are mubtada, their khabar will be singular feminine. I hope you are getting it. If you are referring to an irrational being, and that irrational being is plural, if they are occurring in a jumla ismiya as a mubtada, their khabar will be singular. If they are occurring in a murakkab tawsifi, adjectival phrase, their adjective will be singular feminine. Okay, I'm gonna give us example, but let's take note of those principles first. All right, so let's look at when they are mubtada. السيارات جميلة. The cars are beautiful. Do we see that? السيارات. السيارات جميلة. We use the word جميلة. Singular feminine. To as in khabar for the سيارات. It's not bad if we say سيارات جميلات. It's also permissible, but it's not commonly used. So if you use it sometimes, it might not sound professional. Though we said they are permissible, right? But if you continue using it, you will not sound professional. So you'd rather use Jamila, singular. So you refer to them as singular. The cars are beautiful. السيارات جميلة. Okay. Now, البيوت كبيرة. The houses are beautiful. الأشجار مثمرة. The trees are fruitful. Do you understand that? So, and if, okay, we even have an assignment here, an exercise anyways. So I'm not going to give this an assignment yet because we have two assignments, 4 and 5, that I think we have not all submitted. Some have submitted, but we have not all submitted it. So, but I need you to do this anyways. Now we have for singular form. We have that is a house. That is a slipper. What is this? And what is that? So all of this, let's ensure to study it. This one. Okay. Let's ensure to study it. All right. So let's ensure to study this and let's ensure to do it. It's very important. Okay. So let's do it. Uh, it's very, very important. So that is the singular one. I'm saying let's do it. Please let's ensure to do it as well. It's very important. Uh, then for the draw, let's look at. So let's look at the draw. So this is for two people now, right? What are those? You know, those are shoes and all of that, right? So, uh, it's very important to also do this one too for the draw. All right. So now, before module 7, before we move on to module 7, that'll be next lesson, inshallah. On these notes, yeah, in a hurricane. On this note, I mentioned that the singular, plural of irrational being, you have to refer to them as a singular feminine. Okay, so if you look at what we did in our lesson in our Arabic, Medina book, we have something like al kalimatu al jadida, al kalimatu al what, al jadida. I believe now you know the reason why it's like that. Al kalimatu, yes, al jadida. Do we remember that we've come across this? Al kalimatu al jadid. Do you remember this, please? Do we remember? In our Medina book, we have something like this. Al kalimat is plural, and we have al jadida as the adjective. So this tells us that because al kalimat is irrational, so the adjective is uh is a singular feminine. It's singular feminine. So do you understand this, please? Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So like again, please let's try to do this assignment. We are not submitting, but let's ensure to do it. The singular and the dual. So there is also there's one for the plural, but I think it's gonna come after this, after the evolver. So module 7 and module 8 is talking about evolver. So we've been talking about it anyways, but we'll talk more about it when we get to it place. So if there is no question, I think we stop here, inshallah. And we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us full understanding of the lesson. Please let's ensure to do this again. And I'm laying emphasis on it. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy. And I mean, even later, I mean, later requests that we submitted. Yes, but first of all, I want to ensure that I mark the previous assignment properly, 4 and 5, and then we now have this requested to make it 7 assignments altogether.